I'm Shannon Ireland, your host of a Healthy Push podcast. I struggled with anxiety, panic disorder, and agoraphobia for 15 years. Everything used to be hard for me. Even just driving 5 minutes from my house used to feel impossible. But now I absolutely live for travel and adventure, and I experience lots of peace and joy. I've not only reclaimed my life, but I've helped hundreds of others to do the same. Here, we stop managing anxiety and instead we create a healthy relationship with it. One where you say goodbye to the anxious thoughts, symptoms, panic attacks, and fears, and you actually live your life. Forget complicated strategies, quick fixes, or the same old hacks you've heard 100 times before. Each week, I'll bring you simple, actionable advice and honest conversations that lead to real, long-term healing. You aren't just an anxious person, my friend. There are reasons why you're struggling with anxiety, and these are things you can fix and heal from. And this is where that journey begins. Welcome. You're right where you're meant to be. Hello, and welcome back to a Healthy Push podcast. I'm just so excited to sit down with you and give you some life updates. I feel like I haven't done this in a little bit. And I honestly feel like every time I sit down to record an episode like this, I have so much to share. And I'm like, how do I consistently have so much going on? So I'm going to give you all the updates. And I think it'll be fun for you to hear where I'm at personally and what's been going on behind the scenes. And I was just talking to my friend about this the other day, but I'm like, I swear I'm addicted to chaos. Like, I am constantly doing things and not just little things, but like big things. So I'm going to tell you all about it. And then in the next solo episode, I'm going to actually dive into how I've been supporting myself on a daily basis through all of this because there has been so much going on and honestly, a lot of chaos, but it's like controlled chaos. And I know you might be thinking, how are you holding up, Shannon? And honestly, I'm doing really well. Like, there's none of that disordered anxiety or panic, but there's definitely been healthy doses of very natural anxiety, and you'll see why. But in the next solo episode, I kind of just want to walk you through what I've been doing to take care of myself because, like I've said so many times, I'm never going back to that place where I struggle with disordered anxiety and panic attacks and fears and all of that shit. Like, never ever. And so I want to lay out how I actually support myself so that that doesn't happen. So that'll be the next episode. But let's dive in. And I just want to talk to you and share with you all the craziness that's been going on. So let's start, I guess, with the biggest thing, which is wild. I just bought a house. And by the time this episode comes out, I probably will be close to moving in or moved into this home. Although my apartment has been amazing, truly, it's been really good at this point, and it's been just what I've needed. But for the past few months, I've just been in this mindset of like, I like it and it is really good for right now, but I would love to find a home, like a home that I really want to be in, a home that I can make my own, and a home that I can continue to grow in and grow my life. So this house is not far from where I'm currently at. It's probably 20 minutes, but it is the cutest little bungalow. When I first shared pictures with my friends, they were like, "Oh my gosh, Shannon, this house is so you." And honestly, I think the thing that I'm most excited about, I mean, there's a lot that I'm excited about, but one of the things is I have a porch, like a front porch. And I know this might sound so silly, but I am so freaking excited about it because it's just like this cutesy little porch where it gets so much sunlight and so much warmth. And I'm honestly thinking that I'm going to put my office in the porch because it really feels like you're outside. And I love nature. I love being outside, and it's just like as close as it gets. So I am so excited about this porch. Like, I am going to hang lights from the ceiling and just put some art out there and make it so cozy. And I'm really hoping that I can use it year round, but we'll see because I do live in Maine where it is so freaking cold all the time. Another thing that I'm really excited about too at this house is that it's in a really quiet, cute neighborhood. Like I keep saying cute, but it is so cute. And the houses are close to each other. And I never honestly thought that I would want that. It has that community feel. Like there are people around and I want that. And I'm hoping there are other kids in the neighborhood for Amelia. We'll see. But it's just walkable. It's in a walkable neighborhood. Like I'm going to be able to walk to coffee shops and restaurants. And it's also really close to the beach, which is really cool. And it is also close to Amelia's school and to where her dad is. So that is a really big benefit. I have been driving Amelia to school only for like a few weeks now, but it takes like 20-25 minutes to get there. And it's just not the funnest commute. And we're going to be like less than 10 minutes to her school, which is just really nice and convenient. So I am incredibly excited about this house. Amelia is incredibly excited about this house. And I just can't wait to get in and to like decorate and make it ours and just a really feel good, start fresh space. And you might be wondering, what about your boyfriend, Shannon? And yes, there are plans for us to further integrate our lives and for him to move in. And I'm really excited about that too. And I'll give you some more updates on my relationship in just a few minutes. But yeah, I could have never imagined myself being in this space. But yeah, I think all of this just feels so surreal because never could I have imagined myself getting to this place in my life where I'm able to buy a home on my own. Like I think I've shared this before, but I grew up poor. I grew up in living in an apartment. I never had this idea of buying a home. Like I just thought people like live paycheck to paycheck, right? And you live in an apartment and you're lucky if you have a car. And I just have so much freaking gratitude. And I stop myself all the time. And I'm like, Shannon, this is so cool. Like you have worked so hard to get to this place. And I'm just so proud of you. And you can probably hear the emotion in my voice, but truly, truly, like I think we have to slow down so much and recognize all the good that's happening. And I think we often don't notice the good that's happening. And so I've just been really trying to slow down through this process of buying this home and just looking at how far I've come and just having so much gratitude and telling myself just those simple things, right? Of I'm so freaking proud of you because I am so insanely proud of myself. So, yeah, like I said, by the time this episode comes out, I probably will be close to moving in or I've started to move in. I will, of course, update you guys. You'll see photos, I'm sure, and things on Instagram that I'll share. But I am really excited for this new chapter. And I think it's just going to be a really amazing one. So, let's talk about my relationship. I have shared with you in an episode not too long ago that I am in a relationship. And I kind of shared a little bit of how we met and how things have been going. And I just want to give you an update. This is also so wild to say. Patrick and I have been together for a year. Like, we went on our first date a year ago, and we've been inseparable since, and it's just so cool to look back at that first date that we went on and compare it to, like, the now, right? Where you really know each other a lot more, and you've been through quite a bit, and it's just really something to celebrate. Like, it's been such an amazing journey. It's also been a really, like, tough journey. I think I said this in the episode where I told you about this relationship that it has been hard for both of us. Like, I don't think we were both really, quote, ready for it and expecting all of this to happen. But it has been a really amazing challenge for both of us. And it's funny because the other day, my friend Stacy, she has her own private community like I do, where she supports people who are going through a separation or divorce or trying to make that decision of whether or not they're going to stay or go. And I went into her community and just told my story. And it was so cool to tell my story. But in talking to her community, I was like, I don't want to make it sound like the past year of me meeting Patrick and us being together has been like this amazing journey where there's been no challenges and we've just been like skipping along. Like, no, it has been hard, like a good hard, but any relationship, right, kind of holds a mirror up to yourself and really shows yourself like the stuff that you still need to work on. And there have been triggers and there have been challenges and like blending our lives and just you both, of course, bring shit into the relationship. And so it's been tricky, like any relationship, and it's really caused me to continue to look at myself and continue to do some work on myself. But it has been a really good relationship. And it's funny because my therapist said, dang, the universe knew what it was doing when it brought you two together because, like, you need this man. Like, he has been so good for you. Not saying she wasn't saying it in the sense of like, you need him, but in that sense of like, I needed someone to bring light to these things. And he's challenged me in so many good, healthy ways. And I also want to talk to you and update you on his relationship with Amelia because they've spent a lot more time together. We just went apple picking the other day. We actually went away a few weekends ago and stayed overnight. And it's just been so amazing to see how he's working to build this relationship with her. I, of course, was so nervous and anxious of like, how is this going to go? And how is she going to take this? And like, how is he going to navigate it? But he has honestly blown my mind with how he navigates this relationship with her. He has just really done things in such a conscious, mindful, slow way. And he has so much awareness of like, I don't want to be too much and I don't want to push myself on her. And yeah, he's just incredibly thoughtful and really has been working to build that connection and that trust with her. And I can see it with her of like, it's just so beautiful that I can tell and feel like she feels that trust. She feels that comfort. And this is not to say she has not had challenges because, of course, she's had challenges. Her parents got divorced, right? And now she is trying to navigate her mom being with somebody totally new. And she's trying to navigate what that looks like for her and what this means, right? And the big picture. And she's just done such an amazing job with all of it. And of course, we've had so many open conversations. I am that parent that's like, talk to me. I always want you to talk to me. I always want you to ask questions. I will tell you anything that you want to know. Like, I am not going to ever leave anything off the table. And I think that open communication with her has helped her to navigate all of these challenges in a really good, healthy way, too. And if you've been through anything like this, right, a separation and divorce, and there are kids involved, and there's this new relationship, you know how anxiety producing this can be and stressful because of course you want your children to like this person and you want the person to be able to develop this connection and this relationship, and you want things to all be healthy and you want everyone to be happy, and it's like just another challenge for me and like accepting that uncertainty, right? And like I can't control things and things are just sort of going to play out how they are. And it's just been really awesome to see them play out in this really wonderful, amazing way. So, yeah, that's kind of the update on the relationship. We have been together for a year. It is going really well. I feel like we've both navigated all the different challenges really well together. We are consistently working on our communication and our connection, and it's just really good because we're both super invested and we both really care. And so, this next step is just really exciting. And it's going to be so cool just to further integrate our lives and have him move in and have us create this home together and just see like what the future holds for us. Okay, so the next thing I want to update you on is Amelia, because if you've been following my story and you listened to the last personal update podcast episode, you know that with the divorce came like moves and her having to transition to a new school system. And I had so much anxiety about this. Like, I think oftentimes we live in our adult brains and we think that our kids are thinking the same things that we are and worried about the same things and having all these like massive feelings. And I'm sure, of course, she's had some worries, right? Some anxiety. But not to the same level, right, as an adult, because as an adult, you've been through a lot, you've had a lot of experiences, and you're just like, "I don't want my kid to go through anything hard." But she has done, like, beyond amazing. It has just really blown my mind how well she's adjusted. She has not had a bad day yet. And by this, I mean like a day where she's come home and said, I hate this. I don't like this new school. I want to go back. I'm sad. None of that. Like she has been so happy, excited, like has really enjoyed it. Her teachers are amazing. All the staff is amazing. Like it's just such a relieving experience as an adult to have your child make this really smooth transition that could be really rough and really hard. And I am just so incredibly proud of her because she's made friends and she's just really taken on this challenge with this really determined, like, I've got this and I'm going to make friends and I'm going to have fun. And it's just such this reminder for me as an adult, right? That there can be a lot of uncertainty. And that doesn't mean the uncertainty has to equal bad stuff. Like the uncertainty can mean so much good stuff is going to happen. And there's just been so much good stuff with this transition and this new school. And I'm so, so happy, like so happy. And I have to say, I honestly feel like the universe does help you in so many ways through big transitions. Like we went to her school before school started to meet her teacher and to just see the school and to get her familiarized. And it was absolutely mind-blowing. Like, we got in there, she saw a teacher that worked at her old school. So one of the teachers had moved from where we were before into this new school, and so it was just so cool. The teacher recognized Amelia and was like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing here?" And so that was really amazing. And then her second grade teacher is actually a friend of her daycare that she's been going to since she was like 2 years old. So that was super cool. I was just like, oh, thank you, universe. Thank you. Thank you. Because I think those two things helped greatly with this transition. And I just have to say this. I know it sounds so woo woo. The me from 10 years ago would be like, are you out of your mind? But I think the universe is always helping us. And we just have to slow down sometimes and notice these things and have so much gratitude. And I just have so much freaking gratitude for how well Amelia has done. And she's really thriving. And that is just the best thing, of course, for a mom. And I want to share this really funny, cute story with you because hopefully it'll make you laugh like it did me. We were on the playground after school because Amelia typically wants to go on the playground when she gets out, of course. And there was another kid there playing, and the kid is in her class. And they were talking, going back and forth. And I was talking to the boy's mom. And it was so funny because we could overhear them. And the boy said to Amelia, yeah, I can tell you're an only child. And in true Amelia fashion, she looked at him, walked over, and pushed him. And I was dying. But he was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't mean it in a bad way. Like, I just meant you can tell that you don't have any siblings." And Amelia was just like giving him this sassy look. And it was so, so cute. But yeah, Amelia is doing really well. And of course, that is so freaking relieving. So the next thing I want to update you on is that I am still in therapy. I am still learning a lot about myself. I have some things that I'm still trying to unlearn. And I think I'm still in this season of my life where I'm rediscovering who I am, going through a divorce and now buying a home and just continuing to evolve as a person. Like I'm still learning a lot about me and what I need and like the patterns that I need to continue to work through. And it's been challenging. Like, it's really challenging to look at this stuff and to be honest with yourself about some things that you still need to work on. And I think this is life, right? Like, we're human and there's continuously going to be stuff that we need to work on. So, yeah, I'm still in therapy working on that stuff. And just to give you an idea, like, I am really working on putting myself first. Like, this has always been something that is incredibly hard for me, like asking for help and actually receiving it and having boundaries. Like I learned from a really young age from my mom that everyone comes before you, that you take care of everyone else and you're independent and you don't need help and you can do it all on your own. And that works really well until it doesn't. And it works really well too in some areas, but not in all the areas. And so this has been the main thing that I've really been focusing on. And I can't tell you how hard it is. Like, it sounds so simple, right? You got to be more mindful and slow down and not just say yes and not tell people what you need and not ask for help, but it is so freaking hard for me. So we've been really working on that, and I've been working on changing a lot of those patterns because they are not serving me well, and I wanna change those patterns because I don't wanna continue to struggle in the ways that I have, and it's not helpful to the people around me and to the people that I love. So, yeah, that's a big thing that I'm working on. Of course, in therapy in general, I've just found through all these transitions that I'm going through, like, I need that biweekly support, just like I need someone to talk to, and sometimes I just need to vent, and sometimes there's some deeper stuff that I need to go into. So just having even 2 times a month these check-ins with my therapist, they're so, so helpful, and she is just so helpful and giving me a different way of looking at things and helping me to reframe things, and it's like there's so much that I know intellectually, but sometimes to slow down and actually like have that awareness and to do the things like to have those healthy responses, sometimes I need her to be like, hey Shannon, slow down, can we look at this differently? So she's amazing and I'm just so incredibly grateful for her and our relationship. I think that's really the most important thing with therapy is that you have a relationship with your therapist and you have a connection, and we so do, and it's just really nice that she can, like, be honest with me and kind of be that straight shooter and not sugarcoat things, and I need that, and so she just has been helping to push me in really healthy ways. And then the other part that I've kind of been looking at, and not necessarily in therapy, is, like, uncovering more of who I am at this point in my life. I'm almost 40. Like, I'm really trying to sort of rediscover what I love and what I want and, like, who I am now. So, I think this move is gonna be another piece that, like, helps me to continue to uncover that. I think I'm really excited to be in a place that has more of a community, and I'm really gonna make an effort to build more of a community. Like, I have had such this strong sense of, like, I want people around, and I want interaction, and I want relationships, and I've never felt it in this way that I have, and so that's something that I'm really gonna focus on. Also, I'm gonna be close to the beach, and so I'm really excited to try some new things, like, my boyfriend surfs, and so he's talked about teaching me how to surf, and even though the ocean absolutely terrifies me, I'm like, "That definitely sounds like it could be fun," and so I'm like, "Okay, I'll try it, we'll see how it goes," but I'm just excited to, like, try new things, expand, continue to push myself outside of my comfort zone, and just see. And I have to be honest about this, like, I've always been a super adventurous, outdoorsy person, but I have not been, like, adventurous and outdoorsy and, like, lately in the ways that I typically have been. I haven't been going for those big hikes. I haven't really been doing things that I used to do, and so I wanna get back to that, especially this fall. I mean, I love hiking with the foliage and just the fall weather, so I'm gonna get back to that and see how that goes and see how that feels. You grow, you evolve, you change, and so I'm just really excited to rediscover who I am and what I actually like and what's important to me and, like, who am I at this point in my life? I have to say just the other day in my private community, we were talking about how important it is to reflect, and so I wanna encourage you to do this reflection on, like, your own post-change growth or just on, like, the things that you've been navigating. Like, take a look back, right? And reflect in those healthy ways because I think often our brains just highlight the challenges, the hard stuff, the stuff that hasn't gone well, and it doesn't really notice all those moments where beautiful change, like good change and progress and healing is happening. So you really have to bring that intention to it and notice, like, what are the ways in which I've changed? what has felt better? What has felt easier? Where has there been, less challenge? And how have I been approaching challenges in a more healthy way? That reflection is so, so important. And that's something I'll continue to do throughout all the different seasons. So I guess the last thing I want to update you on is a healthy push and like what I'm thinking for 2026, because it is already mid-September is when I'm recording. This is probably going to come out in early October. Like 2025 is almost over. And I always think ahead, right? Like, what am I going to do in 2026? How is a healthy push going to look? And I honestly feel like 2026 needs to be this year of very minimal, like, change, no massive big things. I think I'm just going to look to refine things and really improve things. And so I'm going to continue to do my Panic to Peace program twice a year. I will continue to run my private community. That is something that I have really enjoyed. Like, it has been such an amazing journey to show up week after week, see the same faces, really just talk and continue to build this connection and just help and support and guide them and push them to take these steps, right? So they can live the lives that they really want to live. So that is something I'll continue. My mini courses also aren't going anywhere. The podcast is something I cannot see an end to anytime soon. Like, I love this podcast and I love talking to you and bringing on guests, and I'm definitely going to be having more guest conversations because I feel like I got away from that a little bit, but I'm excited to bring some new guests on and have conversations I haven't yet had on the podcast. So, yeah, I think the only thing I might add to a healthy push in 2026 is merchandise. So I have really been wanting to create affirmation cards and stickers and things like that. So that's something that I'm definitely going to hopefully have available next year. And if you have thoughts, ideas, like, I'd love to hear it. I have so many already and I have this plan mapped out. It's just actually like having the resources to execute the plan. But I love being creative and I love coming up with ideas of things that I know will be super helpful and supportive, but also really fun. So that is something that I will likely add in 2026. But outside of that, I feel like I need this like quiet stability, like just this piece of like, I'm good with how things look. Like, a healthy push feels good and it doesn't need any big changes or any really big new things. And I say that I'm already thinking, of course, I'll have a new free class in 2026 because I like to do a new one every year. So I'll likely do that too. But outside of that, I think that's it. Okay. My goodness. I feel like that was so much. Like, life is busy and it's been challenging, but it's also been really exciting and fun and just full of a lot of growth. So, like I said, in the next solo episode, I'm going to share with you like the routines and the tools and the things that I use daily to keep myself grounded and avoid falling back into that anxiety and panic and fear, because I have had a lot of shit and a lot of chaos going on, and to stay in this place where I still feel like calm and present and I'm able to still continue to do all the things is really big, right? That's such a huge thing. So I want to share with you the things that have been helpful to me. So hopefully I will see you back here for that episode. And of course, until next time, keep taking healthy action. I hope you loved this episode of A Healthy Push. If you have, I'd be so grateful if you could leave me a rating and review wherever you're listening to this podcast. This helps people to find the show and get the support they need. And if you know someone who could use a little push, be sure to share this episode with them. And for even more support, head over to ahealthypush.com for show notes and loads of tips, tools, and inspiration to help you on your recovery journey. I'll see you next week.